Hey everyone, this is GoPro Guy, Summertime Ken here with a little video on how to grill a beef tenderloin. First of all, this here is it's about a 3-pound beef tenderloin. Make sure you have the butcher kind of trim the excess fat off. This was marinated in a homemade marinade. Included balsamic vinegar, soy sauce, white sugar, and 3 shallots, or if you don't have shallots you can use onions. And then you would let that sit in the Ziploc bag overnight in the refrigerator, or you could also freeze it just like that with the marinade in there. It stays good. You can freeze it for months. That allows the marinade really to get into the meat. And then when you're ready to set it on the grill, preheat the grill, first off, take it out of the refrigerator, obviously out of the freezer. You let it thaw overnight, but let it sit out at room temperature before you set it on the grill. Preheated the grill to probably, what different grills are different, but probably your pretty highest setting. This one's still preheating up to about 450 or 500. And then we'll be ready to throw it on here in just a second. Alright. Let me just take it out. So on the grill's at about 500 right now. Of course, pour the extra marinade. Alright, so we just put the tenderloin on, and it's sitting pretty right at about 500, between 450 and 500. It'll get back up there after a little while, and let it cook for a little while. We'll be right back. Alright, so it's been about 5 minutes exactly, and you just want to kind of feel it. It feels kind of bouncy still. Flip it over after 5 minutes. And close the lid, and we'll be back. So it's been about 11 minutes total, 5 on one side, a little over 5 on the other, just kind of feeling it, see how...
And it's still bouncy.
Still. Alright. It's been a total of about 15 minutes on there, and you can see. You always want to let it sit, because it's going to continue to cook a little bit as you let it sit once it's done. Alright, so you want to let it rest here for a good 10 minutes after you take it off the grill. Just put some foil over top of it, kind of help keep the heat in. Alright, so we've cut it open here in the middle. You always want to check it. And looks still a little bit rare, so we're going to put it back on the grill for another minute or 2. Alright, so here's the finished product. We just kind of cut it in half, and then we're going to slice right through it, as you can see. And that's about how you want it right there. Now, of course, if you do cut into it and it's still a little rare, you can always, it's always good to undercook instead of overcook, because you can always throw it back on the grill. But these pieces look perfect. This is from the actual center of it. We cut it in half. And so that's looking pretty good there. Again, we had it on the grill for right at 17 minutes on 500. And